Call this, oh, there we go, call it to order. And I guess since we don't have our secretary, I'll start with the roll call. And I see, let's see, Denny Nielsen.
Present.
Mayor Brian Gander.
Present.
There you are. Ken Woodward.
Present.
And myself, Tim Kirsch is here. Do we have any other of the board members that are here? So not here is Janet and Tony and Ron. So other than that, let's see, roll call, any potential conflicts of interest. If anybody sees any potential conflicts of interest with tonight's agenda, say so for the record. If nothing at this time, but something comes up later, be sure and say it at that time. Speak up so we can get it recorded. Announcements. Does anybody... Who's that?
Sorry, I was trying to contact Ron Evans to see if he was going to join us tonight. I just got his voicemail, so.
Okay. Any announcements? Does anybody have any announcements that they would like to make at the beginning of the meeting? Nothing. Wow, we're going right through this agenda. Public comment and questions. I see we have a couple of other folks here on tonight's Zoom meeting. So if anybody has anything that they would like to inform the board of, this is your opportunity to speak. I'll ask that you please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Anybody out there have something they would like to add? No. Okay. Well, old business. It looks like we have some summary notes for the May regular meeting and for the May work session. Board, anybody have any discussion on any of those notes, any refinements?
I would make a motion, if there's no comments or discussion, I would make a motion to accept the May regular meeting and make a motion to accept the work session summary notes.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor? Well, I guess I'll do a roll call vote on it. Denny.
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
Ken.
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. So motion carries.
And that was Ken made the motion and then he second.
Yes.
Thank you.
Treasurer's report. Ron is not here. I see we're looking for a motion though for the COG invoice. Do we have, Silas, do we have a copy of that COG invoice that you can put up on screen for us?
It
By
was
chance, Laura?
emailed, sure, it was, I'm gonna give Silas a chance. So it would have been emailed to the board at the May meeting, I think is when Ron sent that out to you.
I believe it was too.
So give us a second and we can find that.
Sure thing. Thank you.
I saw that transmittal and was comfortable with the data that was presented. I would make a motion to accept the invoice as distributed.
Anybody else have anything on that?
I would second it if you still want to look at it. I know we all.
I took a look at it, but I haven't looked at it for a couple of days, but.
And that was how many months, just to clarify, to refresh the memory, that was how many months?
Sure, so that was just through April. You also received our May invoice, but this was regarding the April, it was from November through April. The May invoice is beneath the threshold needed for a board policy or for a board decision. So this would be the November through April invoice.
So that was a second on that, Ken?
Yes, I second it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second for the invoice through April, it sounds like. We'll go roll call vote on that as well. Danny,
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
and myself, I say aye as well. And it looks like, wow, new business, the July board meeting date. Since the 4th of July is, what, that's on Tuesday? What are we thinking here?
Your staff is not available on that Monday.
What?
July 3rd.
Blame them a bit. I might not be available either, looking at my calendar. Do we want to just push it back 1 week or wait until the 17th when we have a work session and we could turn it into a regular session? I'm not sure if we're going to have any new real data presented to us or anything really to share. Well, I know that Marion County is gathering data, as well as Peter, our engineer, is gathering data right now. I don't think we have anything new to report on that. So
I would make a motion that we move it to the 17th of July. Change the work session to a regular session, if that's okay with everybody.
I like the idea, just saying here, I'm getting a text from Janet.
I would second that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to move it to the 17th of July. Denny, does that work for you? I'm calling for a vote, actually.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Moving it to the 17th, Denny.
And that works for me. Aye.
Okay. There's an aye. Brian?
Aye.
And Ken?
Aye.
And myself, I say aye as well.
So point of clarification, does that mean we're having a work session and a regular meeting or just a?
I think we'll turn it into just a regular meeting, and that's what we'll advertise it as. Although, yeah, there's, like I said, there's probably not going to be a lot of business. I don't anticipate a lot of business until we get some more things coming on with where we're at with the engineering and with Marion County on location selections and things like that.
Mr. Chair, what about the material that Laura sent out earlier regarding our budget calendar and the need for bringing folks on from each of the municipalities? It seems to me like we might have more things to discuss given what I read in that material. And we seem to be challenged a bit with our current member attendance. So gathering additional volunteers from the city may be an issue we need to spend some time on.
The budget, and that's what I was gonna do under the new business as well. But yes, but we have the budget first. We realized late in the game that we need to get a budget since we have the big dollars out there. And we need to probably have that meeting coming up this next Monday, and that's what we kind of scheduled it for. So we need 3 folks from our board, as well as 3 members from at large throughout the communities. So it doesn't have to be from each city, just 3 at large from somewhere within our boundaries. So whether we strong arm families and friends is basically how we're gonna have to get it done. I see there's a number of folks on here. Oh, it looks like Janet has joined us as well. So we can add Janet as the board member showing up, I believe, right, Janet? I see you're muted. Are you there?
That'd be a first.
All right, all right, all right. So much from the, when is this meeting going to be?
The budget meeting.
The 12th of June.
Next Monday. So I'm actually going to ask for 3 volunteers from our board. If nobody's jumping up, I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'm in town here, wherever.
Okay. So myself.
Well, I volunteered earlier, I believe. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So and Brian as well, then, right?
I also have a community volunteer that's willing to serve.
Perfect.
I sent Laura that name, so.
Okay. So we need to round up 2 more community volunteers before next Monday, it sounds like. Correct, Laura?
Correct. And just for the group to know, this had to be properly and legally noticed. And so we did confirm with both the chair and the vice chair that we could notice the meeting for noon on the 12th. And then there will be a subsequent meeting that this board will need to attend in full on the 26th at 3:30. And assuming all goes smoothly, we'll fully comply with Oregon budget law if you follow those timelines.
So are we able to, we need 2 more community volunteers. Are we to bring them on that noon meeting on Monday? Just announce who they are then.
That's correct. And you'll also need to appoint a chair tonight.
Well, I nominate Mayor Gander.
Really?
Anybody else want to try and pin the tail on the donkey?
I'll second it if I have a voice in it.
Well, you do right now, I suppose. I don't know. Does it have to be just the budget that appoints the chair, the budget committee itself appointing the chair? Or can our
No,
regular-
this board needs to appoint the budget committee chair.
So we have a motion and we have a second from Ken Woodward.
Gotta do a vote.
We should take it to a vote, I suppose. Janet, do you want a roll call or do you want me to?
So there's only the 5 of us here, right? I don't want to miss anybody.
That's correct.
Okay, Mr. Nielsen,
Aye.
Mr. Gander,
Aye.
Mr. Woodward,
Aye.
Mayor Kirsch or Chair Kirsch. And I vote aye. Sorry, I've had another Ken on my mind and I keep trying to spit out his last name. Motion passes. And Tim,
Yes.
Mr. Chair, session is starting to move again, so Monday may be an issue for me. I will try to put it up to my manager,
Okay. If
just
it-
FYI.
Sure, okay. If you cannot, then let me know as soon as you can and we'll, I see there might be a couple other people we might be able to strong arm one of them into substituting for you.
Awesome, thank you.
All right,
And Chair, just a point of procedure, I actually asked our finance director, Amber Mathiasen, to join us tonight. Amber, do they also need to appoint their citizen members tonight, or can they do that later?
It's best if they appoint the members that they have available tonight, and then more can be added at the next meeting.
okay, well, we only have one citizen person, it sounds like, and that is Mayor Ganders. Has someone? Did you-
Holly Richardson, yes.
Holly Richardson? Oh,
Yes.
Molly's
I'll put
wonderful.
her name in the chat.
Okay. So we shall appoint Molly. Do we need to vote on that? Amber?
Yes, please.
Okay. Janet, can you do a roll call vote on that real quick?
I'll second it. I'll second it.
Mr. Nielsen,
Aye.
Mr. Gander,
Aye.
Yes, aye.
and Chair Kirsch. Chair
Okay.
Kirsch?
I said aye.
Okay, and I also is an aye.
Okay. Okay, so we'll come up with a couple more folks and so it will be good, okay? I suppose, if anybody has someone to nominate, you should, email that to, should we email it to you, Laura? As well as copy the sewer authority's email as well,
Yeah.
please.
Yes, please, and just to put a few exclamation points behind this, you do need those 3 people. And you do need to hold this meeting as noticed, or you will not make your public budget law requirements. So you won't
Laura?
have enough time. Go ahead, Amber. Yep.
Just a point of clarification for the budget committee, should they not be able to locate additional citizens to participate on the at-large portion, the budget committee will consist of the 4 members. The only real risk there is you have 4 people, you could have ties, and so you'll have to determine a manner for breaking ties should a vote. Well, I guess in a matter of a tie vote, the vote fails. I guess that's really the crux of not having a number that creates a majority.
But if they fail to have the other 3 citizens, that doesn't require us to renotice a meeting.
No, Oregon budget law really says you have to show good faith effort that you've tried to recruit, and if they stay vacant, they're vacant.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Amber.
Ken, can I call you later? I have a couple of names I'd like to chat with you about in terms of participation on the budget committee in the Detroit area. That we could then share with Laura if we coalesce on 1 or 2 of those people.
Yeah, if you know somebody, that's fine.
Okay, I'll give you a buzz after the meeting and we can chat about it.
When you reach out to them, let them know it'll be noon on the 12th and 3:30 on the, what was that, the 26th?
26th.
Yeah. So
And
those
we're-
are gonna be, those are the times and dates. Okay. Is there anything else we need to talk about then, Laura, with the budget?
Not related to the budget. Nope.
Okay. Moving on, that's new business item C is the possible tour of other water treatment facilities. I see that we've outlined what, 3 different ones.
Or,
Well, Cobra's listed twice there.
yep, that it is.
And they're only available the week of August 7th.
Staten's local.
Staten's gonna be the easiest one to attend, that's for sure. I think it would be interesting to go and see what they do, and I believe Staten has something similar to what we're gonna be doing, because they're gonna have the rapid infiltration, I forget what we call the pond area. What are we looking for calendar wise for those kind of things? I suppose we'd have to check with them, but I think it'd be a great idea to go see at least one of them, and like say Staten's being so close, it'd be nice to do.
Keller has done the initial outreach, and the only one that has any sort of restriction is Coburg, which is only available the August 7th. The others are open.
Okay,
I am partial to going to Coburg because they developed their plan and their funding structure prior to the plant being built. And I would like to hear from them as to how that worked with their constituents and how the community felt about that, and would they propose someone building a new sewer system, pursue that option as a way of offsetting costs for the community that's bringing it online from ground zero.
Has Keller reached out to Coburg as well? Do you know, Laura?
Yes, and they're only available the week of August 7th.
August 7th. Well, let's see. We have our sewer authority meeting on the 7th. I have city council on the 8th. Yeah, there's still a couple of other days. Well, I guess if it's during the day, I could probably make some adjustments to my schedule as well. So that's quite a ways out. So there's that possibility. So I guess, should we wait to hear back from Keller or ask them to go ahead and schedule something for us?
Is the entire board wanting that August 8th date?
7th, isn't it?
Well, the 7th, we have our meeting at 6 o'clock. I suppose if we did it, during the day, we'd be home in plenty of time.
It's only the week
It
of
was
August 7th.
August the 7th, or is it just on the 7th?
No, anytime the week of the 7th. And I'm sorry, Mayor, or
Right.
Chair, I thought you were asking about August 8th, but
Oh, no, I have city council on August 8th as well, so I would want to do it, fairly early in the day if we did it on the 7th or the 8th.
sure. Staff can send out a doodle poll if that's helpful. We can ask, or if this body wants to set a date now, we can ask Coburg.
Yeah, I think a doodle poll would be nice.
Okay.
Okay,
Is that just for Coburg, or were people interested in any other sites as well, more than one?
I'm interested in going to Statons as well.
Okay.
Okay, well, we don't have a whole lot else on this agenda. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add to the meeting?
So we did pass a motion to pay the COG invoice, correct?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, Ken, I saw that you'd sent out an email too on our CIS.
Yes, we need some numbers and no one has any numbers. So I have to contact them. They sent me an email today and I just been tied up. I haven't contacted them.
Okay.
Find out what's going on, because we need to, either we're gonna keep the insurance or cancel it, one or the other, but that's not for me to decide.
Right.
Does it mean we need some numbers? What does that mean?
Now I have to go back in and find it, but budget, stuff like that.
I believe they were looking for expenditures for last year and the amount was about 76. And then the expenditures for this year was 150. Although with your proposed budget, you could revise that. But Scott had reviewed that and thought those numbers were reasonable. When is the CIS contract due?
May 31st.
It looks like they wanted the numbers by the end of May.
Yeah, May 31st. I'll contact them tomorrow.
So when we entered into a contract with them in September, it was only for 9 months.
I don't know if
It's for a year.
it was for a year. But I don't have all the dates in front of me.
So they're trying to determine their fee based on the changes in our budget.
I have to contact them.
Is that what they're asking?
They probably want to know, yeah, they will probably have insurance will be dependent upon exposure, obviously. How much they have that way. I'm sorry.
If I may, I can offer a little bit of information on that just because COG goes through the same process. every year CIS has an annual renewal period where they ask you a whole bunch of questions about what coverages you want in the coming year so that they can plan for the following insurance cycle that starts the January 1st.
I filled everything out, but I didn't have the numbers, and I asked Ron, he didn't have the numbers, so I sent everything to COG and that's where I left it, and I have to get in touch with CIS. But I've been busy.
Okay, well, I suppose if you could reach out to them, that would be good.
I can do that.
So on the invoice for COG, Janet asked me if is she supposed to pay that or is Ron gonna pay that?
Ron says Janet has the checks and she has access. And does she have the invoice? And if she has the invoice, and if my opinion, if we've all voted to pay it,
Supposed to do it.
we need to pay it.
Okay, you hear that, Janet? Can you go ahead and cut that check?
Sure. Excuse me, sure will. Sorry, fighting allergies.
Thank you very much. Yes, I've been fighting them myself. Okay,
Are our checks 2 signature checks or 1 signature check?
They were set up for 1 signature, not 2.
And
Thank you.
Janet, I don't quite remember when you joined, but the invoice in question was the one offered in April. And the reason that matters is that that's what we based the proposed budget on the assumption that check would be, or that invoice would be paid. We didn't build the May invoice into the budget, although we can make that adjustment, but just so you know which one we're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
But now we're gonna start getting a monthly bill, correct? Good. Everything was nice when it was free.
okay. So that basically covers what's on the agenda. I'd like to go ahead and ask folks like Chris Epley if they have anything that they would like to update us on. What do you got for us, Chris?
Nothing huge.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Marion County.
Yes, no tremendous news since our last work session, although we did get our drilling done for the site selection, so that was good. Other than that, we'll just keep chugging along with the tasks we have at hand. And we are engaging more with our commercial septic owners up in Detroit. We've had 7 or 8 consultations so far, and they keep coming.
Very nice. Okay. Mary, do you have anything you'd like to add or speak to the board about?
No, I do appreciate Brian and Chris helping out with the commission meeting. And that was great that DEQ's Environmental Commission, they have a better feel for the canyons. They have a better feel for the need for the project. So that was, I think, a big success in my book to have that. We are waiting when Marion County has the groundwater report. We want to start engaging with them so the way it works is they get the groundwater information and then we start talking about permit limits because Keller will need that to come up with their sort of final, okay, this is the package plan or this is what we're doing. So that'll be a kind of a busy time back and forth between Keller, the county, and I'm assuming the board will be kept up to speed about that as we work through that process. So that's sort of the next thing for DEQ is when that groundwater report comes to start engaging. And we are working on the facility plan as well, outline and input onto that. So.
Here.
Very nice. I'd say that the city of Mill City had a quick meeting with Keller and Associates to talk about placement of where we want to place that mechanical plant. We don't have a a set place yet. They were just asking us kind of what we had for ideas and possibilities. And so right now they're looking at about 3 different locations, I want to say, all of them pretty close to the same area. So they still haven't given us a formal recommendation for one. They just kind of wanted to know what our thoughts on all of them were. So we're still looking forward to hearing from them on the potential located sites for the plant itself. Unless anybody else has anything they would like to add to the meeting, Laura, do you have anything for the board? No? Anybody else have anything they would like to add? Well, it looks like we get to get out and eat dinner early, huh? So very nice. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight's meeting. Budget committee meeting, obviously, again, next Monday night. Arthur, did you have something you wanted to add, or you just saying hi?
And bye.
All right, saying bye. Thank you very much for joining in.
Yeah, Arthur.
Everybody.
All right.
That's June 12th at noon, high noon.
High noon. Yes, sir. Okay.
Good night, all.
Night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.